Hi, guys. Welcome to episode 6 of Pretty Positive Podcast. I know it's not Sunday when you're hearing this because I know we have a long weekend. So I decided to go to the zoo with my son last night. Speaking of my son, if you do hear anything in the background as far as Mickey Mouse or my son, it's because I'm recording while my son is up. Mommy juggling it all. But of course, I still wanted to get this podcast out to you guys because this is refreshing for me and it is therapeutic. And I know that it is something that people like to listen to. So yeah, I wanted to get this episode out. So I'm so happy to be here. Again, welcome to Pretty Positive Podcast. My name is Ranisha. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate all the love, all the views, no matter how many views I get. I'm appreciative of the love that my podcast is able to give. And, people maybe listen to this podcast and be like, you know what? I'm about to do this today, or I'm about to change up this, or whatever the case may be. If it motivates you or makes you feel a little bit more at ease, that's the whole goal of Pretty Positive Podcast. And I can't wait to really get, to the next level with this. Again, these first few, maybe 15 to 20 episodes are just going to be basically me, and then I may start inviting people into the chat and getting some other perspectives on different topics that we discuss on this podcast. But if you want to know more about me, you can follow me on my socials, which are linked below. You can also listen to this on either YouTube or Spotify at Pretty Positive Podcast, and I plan on building a whole brand around this. I am very excited. I do have my positivity page that's linked to my Facebook page. It's called Pretty Positive, and I sit there and I just post a bunch of different quotes that just help you get through the day. So yes, welcome once again to my podcast episode. This is episode 5, and this is called Pretty Healed. Healing is not easy, especially when you go through so much. I love this title, Healing, because it isn't about being cute. It's not about being pretty or the other side of it. There's beauty, there's strength, there's peace, and that's what we're going to talk about today, of how you can just heal and still be, in a good mindset. You know what I mean? Some people think when you're healing, you just don't want to talk to nobody and you just want to be left alone. But there's a way that you can kind of get through this without, I guess, being emotionally distressed. You know what I mean? So I do want to share a few things. The truth is, I couldn't really heal myself. I had to give my pain and my brokenness and my disappointment over to God. That's when I realized that I was healing, and this healing journey has been bigger than me. Everyone heals a little bit different. Some people don't do it that way, but I had to go towards God to heal myself because I felt like everything else was not working. I felt like I would talk to people, and yes, I'll get some advice from people of how to heal, but everybody heals differently. So it's like I was taking some of their advice, and then there was times where I try to do my own little things, try to do my own little, self-care remedies, and I felt like those weren't helping me as well. So I turned my life to God, and I mean completely to God. I mean 100% to God, and I mean it's been tough. It's been tough, and I don't want to lie and say my journey has been the easiest of healing. I don't want to lie to you and say that I still don't have times where I do have those moments of sadness and, everything else. But I kind of learned how to not sit in that sadness, because when we sit in that sadness for too long, we start to get more in our head about other things. So I found myself when I was sitting in my sadness, let's say from a breakup or something, now I'm starting to think about everything that ever went wrong in the relationship that I didn't catch, or everything I possibly did wrong in the relationship that I should have, or I wish I would have changed. And I started to think of every memory that I'm no longer going to have with this person. So we have to learn how to not sit in that sadness for too long, because it will literally drive you up a wall, and then you're going to be sitting there just trying to figure out why is this and that and this not happening for me, because you've been sitting there allowing your mind to take over your body completely, where it shuts down. So I just learned how to just not, sit too much into that. I like to listen to other people that are on a similar journey to me. I think it's good to find someone that's relatable, either in your circle, a stranger, people on different podcasts, and people that's just knows what your journey is, and they are giving helpful advice. I'm not talking about the people that can just offer you the advice from their life, because like I said, everybody's journey a little different, but people that are kind of living similar to you, and you feel like you could maybe gain some type of I guess guidance from. I like to watch certain people that are moms, or that just went through losing a parent, or whatever the case may be. Someone that relates to me to the point where I can kind of take some of the things that they're doing and maybe put that towards my life and see if that works for me. That also helps with healing. Another thing that helps with healing is like really just taking care of yourself. People think self-care is supposed to be just like a glamorous thing, like, oh, doing your nails, makeup. This is for my women out there. I mean, men can do this too, My son wants to jump on the podcast. Okay, baby. Taking care of yourself. And I think sometimes we forget, in the midst of being, in stressful situations, or just overall just going through some stuff, we forget to take care of ourselves. And I mean, like, if you need to just take your time out, do a nice warm bath, ladies, moisturize, do a nice face mask, do your hair, do your nails, do your feet, do all the stuff that's going to make you feel like you're brand new again. Maybe even, go outside and just sit by some water, or sit outside with nature in general, and just look how beautiful this earth really is, and how much life there is still to live, and how beautiful life can be once you get to where you want to be at. We forget how much of a privilege this life is, and I love just waking up in the morning just knowing I have another day to change. I have another day to, spread positivity. I have another day to see my kid. I have another day to see my family. I have another day to, do whatever. And a lot of people don't get that next day. You know what I mean? So we have to really not take that for granted. Like, a lot of people don't get that next day. A lot of people don't get that time to be able to move around and work. And I know it can be a lot sometimes, and we be like, dang, I'm doing the same thing every day. But some people can't even do the same thing every day. Some people don't got the capability of doing that same thing. Some people can't live comfortably. So it's like, we got to we got to be humbled, and we have to really take that all in and understand that, our life is precious, and we need to value every moment of it. It took me a while to heal from, I think, two things that I would say were life-changing in my life, which was my mom passing away, and my breakup with my child's father. And I'm gonna tell you why those two things were major, because those were the most recent things that have happened to me. For one, when my mom passing away, it was very sudden. My mom was very young, and I guess it was very shocking as well to me. I was more in shock than anything, and I didn't know how to understand why that happened. You know what I mean? Because it was like, I felt like I wasn't even 30 yet. She wasn't even 50. We still had so many plans together. That was like my best friend. So I didn't understand why that was taken away from me in such a unexpected time. Like, it was just so unexpected, and I didn't know where to go after that. So I sat with myself, and I was with my child's father. This is before my son was born, and I cried some days. I was drinking. I was just abusing, I feel like, alcohol to a point, because I wanted to not feel, anything. And one thing I can say, you guys, and I don't know if any of you guys drink or smoke, but if you're drinking and smoking for, I guess, reasons of trying to not stress about something, or you're still going through a process where you're still hurt about something, I'm telling you right now, that's not going to help you. It's not going to help you. It is a temporary fix. Don't let nobody make you feel like that's going to help you, because once that alcohol has wore off, once that high has wore off, you're going to go right back to reality, and it's going to come right back. And then you're going to keep wanting to do these things, and that's how addiction starts. One of the reasons addiction starts. So you don't want to get to that point of abusing those substances to try to fix your hurt, your pain, in your, stressful life. So I don't like when people turn to alcohol and drugs, because I have gotten there where I did feel like I needed to do that to not think like about a lot of stuff that's been happening, or I used it not to, I used it to really just escape, and all it led me to was just, I feel like, behavior that I was not completely in control of, and also decisions that I completely wouldn't have made sober. So I am very proud that I do not do neither of those things anymore, because it is rough. But I feel like when my mom passed away, that was the first thing that I went towards, was drinking and trying to forget that this is happening at the moment. And my days became shorter because I don't remember some of the stuff that was going on during that time. I feel like the days were blurry because I was just so caught in my emotions, and then drinking, and then my emotions, and then drinking, and then I felt like everything was everywhere. And I felt like in order for me to heal from that, I had to let go of those things that I was using to cope, because they weren't doing me any good, because it wasn't allowing me to focus on healing. It was just a continuous cycle of this: I'm in pain, this is what's going to help me, and then I get that, and then I'm good, and then it's like, I'm in pain, then I get that, then I'm good. It was like a continuation of just slapping a band-aid on, something that needs stitches. Messiah, I'm sorry, my son is just doing the most as I'm recording, which is crazy to me. But I felt like that just was not what worked for me when it came to healing. And I hope people understand where I'm coming from when I say that. But I really had to break myself down after my mom passed, and really realized that my mom wanted more for me. She wanted better for me. She always told me I was the strong one in the family, and that I needed to stay close to my brother, and that I needed to stay strong. And I always remember these things replaying in my mind after she passed away, and that's what kept me motivated. And then I think what even helped more was me having my son, of course, and we'll get into that though. I felt like he kept me busy. He was born in the same month my mom passed away, so that kind of kept me distracted from feeling sadness. I mean, I still feel sadness around July, but it's not as much, because my son's birthday brings joy, and I know that was a gift from my mom. Quiet, please. This is what happens when you try to record a podcast with a toddler that wants to yap. But yes, I just wanted to cope the wrong way, and I had to figure out how not to use that as my coping mechanism to heal properly from that. And I think even after that, I didn't heal properly, because after my mom died, I was already in like of a separation with my child's father, and I was pregnant and we weren't together. We were like on this weird off and on thing, and I just felt like everything was just going not wrong, but not right. I felt like I was dealing with a lot of, I guess, pain, because it's like, this is the person that I was with when my mom passed, so I knew they understood my struggle. But then I also felt like I was still getting more pain by being in the relationship, because it was not going the way that I thought it would go. So it was like a triple whammy for me. Not triple, a double whammy. Messiah, please. It was like a double whammy for me when we had broke up. And like I said, we've been broken up for quite a bit of time, and it was like off and on, but we were still like, I was still always over his house. I was still like, he was still around. Like, I can definitely say he was around my whole pregnancy. We was basically like together, but not together. It was like weird. It was the weirdest situation. And I guess I was just so hurt, because I always wanted, anybody that knows me would know this, that I wanted my family to be together. I always wanted to raise my kid in one household together, and I felt like that was not going to happen from the beginning, because we were bumping heads so much that it just didn't seem like it was going to work out. And it was like I was still trying to heal during my pregnancy too. It's like, yes, I was happy that this was coming, but it was like, dang, like I lost the only person that I will want to see this happen for me, because my mom always wanted me to have a grandkid for her to have, because she was always bored, and she was always, expressing and complaining how she wanted me to have a kid. So it was like, when I finally had a kid, I was very happy about having another extension of me, but also very sad that I was unable to share that moment with my mother. Hold on, guys. My son is wildin'. You're not going to hear it in the clip, but I paused because my son was just trying to wild out on me for a second. But, yeah, I feel like with me missing that part of me, it was like, it was a double whammy, because it was like, dang, like I lost my mom and I'm with this person now that I'm having my first kid with, and I can't experience this family setting because we're bumping heads and we're not together. So it's like, I can't even get, like, where was my sense of family? I felt like, I mean, I know I have my family far as like my grandparents, my cousins, things like that, but I didn't feel like, I felt like I almost got, it got taken away from me far as like having that experience with my mother, and then having that experience with my child's father in a setting that would be, I guess, fulfilling, if that makes any sense. Like, I wanted my family to be together because I did lose someone so close to me, so I wanted to feel that, fulfillment once again. And I realized that I was not going to be able to get that, and that broke my heart even more. So I think once that happened and I finally decided to let go, because we went through our things that we went through, and I finally like permanently let go of him, as like in a romantic manner where, I wasn't still trying to like be around him, or like, be intimate, or like just overall still like I guess, give my attention to, like take my emotion completely out of it and just strictly co-parent. It was very hard for me, because I still, of course, wanted my family at one point, and I had to realize that, is your family, your ideal of what you want for a family, more important than, your boundaries, or like your overall mental state? Like, I felt like I was just driving myself insane, and I was playing tricks on myself, trying to make something happen when it wasn't meant to happen that way, or maybe not at that time. So I had to completely separate myself from it, and like really just understand that, this happened. You lost your mom. Okay, that happened. Okay, you had a baby, but you're not going to have the family, traditional family environment that you wanted. Okay, so I had to learn myself again. And when I mean learn myself again, I broke myself down. Like, I got on my knees and cried and to the Lord, and I never in my life prayed so hard to just for God to change me, to guide me, to do whatever it takes to make me obedient and make me see like what life is worth living for. Like, yes, I have my son. Yes, I have my family here. Yes, I still have a good relationship where it's a good co-parenting situation. Yes, I still have the memories of my mom. Yes, I have support. But what else, God, do you want me to do? So because at first, I'm telling you, like, after I was like, I got broken up. Well, I had 2 deaths. Let's be honest. I had 2 deaths. I had the death of my mother, and then I had the death of a really permanent relationship. And when I mean permanent relationship, I mean I have a kid. So that it was like a permanent decision. This kid is not going away. And I love my child, and I'm very proud that I'm a mother, and I love him, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But it's like I lost that permanent relationship because I didn't have you know what I mean? I can't really explain it. I hope I'm making sense, you guys. But I had 2 deaths back to back, like double whammy, and it hit me hard in the chest. And I was already wanting to change in my life regardless. Like, even before my mom died, I've been wanting to change. I've been having this itch. I've been having this feeling that I remember telling my mom, I was like, Mom, something's going to happen in my 30s. I don't know what it's going to be. And I'm telling you, what happened in my 30s was that I was going to give my life to Christ. And I mean completely to Christ. And some people still are, it's hard to believe for some people because they know the old me. They know how I used to go, and they know like crash out Ronnie, or they know like out there Ronnie, or they know, the girl who don't care, careless. But it's like, y'all have to understand, and I mean it's from the bottom of my heart, I'm so healed right now that when I cry out of joy. I cry because I'm happy. I cry because it's like I'm so encouraged, I'm so motivated, I'm so enlightened. I'm so grateful that God had allowed me to experience this peace. I never thought I would ever experience such peace after 2 dramatic things that then happened in my life back to back. Like, I am so strong now. I feel so much lighter now. I feel so much, I don't know. It's like nothing can shake me up. Like, even if people come my way and try to whatever, do little things, like, yeah, I might feel a little way for a minute, but literally after 2 seconds, y'all, and I swear to God, I am at peace. I be so good that it be scaring me sometimes how like chill I am, and how I handle situations, and how I carry myself, and how I can still vocalize my opinion without sounding angry, and how I can still, not show pain when I'm like, I don't know. Like, it's just different. Even when I'm around my child's father, I don't feel bitterness. I don't feel like pain or hurt anymore from him. Like, me and his situation we done been through, I already forgave him. And when I mean forgave him, don't mean that like I forgot about what you did to me. I mean, I forgive you. We was in that season together. There was a lot of things I did. There's a lot of things that you have done. But at the end of the day, we have a kid. And the main thing that I care about is my kid not seeing any of our flaws, but seeing all of our greatness and being able to build upon that and creating a beautiful human being together. Because regardless of what anybody say, my son needs his father, and I will never take his father away from him. I'm raising a young man, and my young man needs his dad, because I know from experience how much dads are important. I'm building a relationship back with my dad after over 10 plus years. I'm 32. And I had to learn how to heal from that. I had to learn that my dad made his own mistakes, that my dad has been through whatever he's been through, and he's, gonna fight that in his days. That's on his heart. But one thing I can do far as a person, I can reach out. I can now try my best to try to like understand, but I'm not about to sit here and not be healed because I'm holding on to something that's already done happened. I forgive. God has gave me that gift to forgive, and I never thought I could do that. I never thought I could forgive so many times and really mean it though. So in your process of healing, I hope you forgive. In your process of healing, I hope you just forget all the stress that you ever been through and learn from your mistakes and grow. While you heal, please don't take substance in. And try to think of other ways to get through this process, whether it's giving your life to Christ or, doing whatever self-care you need to do, or reading or journaling or taking your walk, taking your time, taking your vacation, whatever you need to do to heal. Please take that time for yourself because it's so important. And when you find that peace in whatever you decide to do, cherish that. And work on yourself daily. But this is a daily thing. I'm working on myself on a daily. Okay? There's still things I'm learning on a daily. It doesn't stop just because now I'm at a peaceful place in my life. It doesn't stop because I'm only trying to get greater and greater and greater and wiser and wiser and wiser. Especially us parents, that are raising kids. We need to be this way so we can teach our kids how to handle things in life. It's going to be tough. It's not easy. So thank you guys for being here for my healing process and looking at, I'm pretty sure if you guys listen to my old podcast as compared to now, it's so different. I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful. My heart is so, so warm. And my heart used to be cold. Cold. Ask somebody. Cold, okay? I didn't give what? I am so, so, so at peace. I know my mom is watching over me and my son and my family. I know the depth of my relationship was meant to happen for me to learn a lesson, and that's okay. I know my son is safe and healthy. I know that I'm safe and healthy. I know my child's father is safe and healthy. I know that my family and his family is safe and healthy. And my friends and the people that I don't even know, hopefully you are safe and healthy. And I hope you understand that this life is a privilege. Do not take it for granted. Because there's a lot of people that wish they were in your shoes. Anyway. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for holding it down so far on these, 5 episodes. You guys, well, 6 episodes. What episode is this? I keep forgetting, and I don't want to misquote and say this is the wrong episode. So this is episode 6. Oh my gosh, did I say it was episode 5? This is episode 6, y'all. Thank you for holding it down for 6 episodes. Thank you. I appreciate you guys, and stay positive and stay healed. Amen. God bless you. Bye.